Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to do a quick little video on doing a time and energy audit. Um, this is something I've been doing for the past 3 weeks. I have 2 weeks completed. This is week number 3. And the reason I started this is because I was talking to my business coach and I was like, I'm feeling really stuck. And so she was like, can you please go do a time and energy audit? And I was like, sure. So this is my spin on the time and energy audit. The reason that this is so important, and I didn't understand the importance of it until I did it. The reason this is so important is that number one, this is going to show you how productive or unproductive you are. Number two, it's going to show you your peak times of the day to get things done. Number three, it's also going to be able to show you what things are you doing that suck your energy. What things are you doing that give you energy? And then you can make some decisions about how you are executing your day once you have this data. But you can't do that until you actually record what your life looks like, okay? So even if you're like, but I have a really busy schedule and I don't have time, I need you to make time. Okay. I need you to set an alarm on your phone to go off every hour or every 2 hours, preferably every hour. And you just make a little note, red, yellow, or green. And then what did you do over the past hour? That way you can go back in, you can plug it into the chart, and then you'll be able to literally look at how your day is going. All right. If you've ever said, I feel stuck, I don't know what to do next, I don't know how to get unstuck, this is where you start. We need the data to figure out why you are stuck, why you are not being productive. We can guess all we want to, but this is going to give us the data. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at my actual energy audit. So I have two that I'm going to share with you. As I stated previously, I started this for one thing, ended up using it for something completely different. Okay, so I track when I'm sleeping and I track when I'm waking up. I'm tracking what I did when I woke up. So, like, be real honest and do this. It's literally just collecting data. Don't judge it. So, I woke up and I checked social media. Um, I clearly did that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning. I didn't because I had to get my dog to the groomer. So, I didn't track social media that day. I didn't check it first thing in the morning. And if we look at it, I have more green on Thursday than any other day. So that's a little telling. Um, I also notice, that I am yellow at certain times of the day. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. So on Monday, this is me getting up out of the bed and I woke up yellow that day. On Tuesday, I woke up green, but then I became yellow as I had to start immediately working on things on my computer. I was in my studio. I had to clean up. I ate breakfast, checked my email, etc. Not sure what I did here, so I just left it kind of blank. More than likely, I was cleaning up again and preparing to shoot some recipes. And so, I do this the whole time through. I show when I'm on the computer. I put computer because this could be any number of things on the computer as opposed to when I'm like scrolling on my phone. So I wanted to see the difference between me being on my phone and me being on my computer doing things. Grocery pickups are in here. And if you notice on here on Friday, I woke up yellow. And then I did a coaching call. The coaching call was fine. It was great. But while I took this coaching call, I was in the car. And one of the things that I like to do, as you'll see it over here, is we take meditative drives. And so we were on a meditative drive that day, and my daughter said something, and I felt myself getting angry. And I couldn't explain why I was angry. And so that was a sign for me that I needed to cancel the rest of my day. I understand that everyone does not have the luxury to be able to be like, nope, I need to take a mental health day. However, when you've reached your limit. And when you've reached your limit, you need to acknowledge that and you need to do something about it. So for me, I just shut down my day and it was a whole mental health day. The reason for that, I can guarantee, is look at the day before. I did so much. I was in my studio for 3 hours, actually 4 hours. Then I cooked dinner. Then I was cleaning up. Then I was on the computer. Then I did my daughter's hair. Then I had homework to do. By 10 p.m., I was completely done. I was completely done. And so that rolled over into the next day. I literally overworked my body. And so this is what happened that day. If we take a look at the following week, I started doing things a little differently. Number one, when I wake up, there's no alarm clock. So I'm waking up when my body wakes me up, which is something that I learned during this week. So I kept waking up. Like I woke up this day with an alarm clock and had a headache. And then my day just started out like garbage. And so I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. I also ended up I took a nap after a coaching call with my coach from school. Because we had done a meditative hypnosis type of thing, and it literally sucked all my energy, and I was done for the rest of the day. So I had to take a nap. So I did things a little differently, right? I don't use an alarm clock. And when I wake up, I wake up. And look at me waking up. I'm green. That should have been green too. But I'm green every day that I wake up without an alarm clock. I sleep in when I need to sleep in. All these are clearly me sleep, but this is me sleeping until, my body says it's time for me to get up. My greens are more bountiful during this week, right? We took our meditative drive. It was a little longer that day. I did some coaching sessions, and I was just kind of marking off all the things I was doing. This right here. So I was working. I worked with my business coach. I recorded a podcast. I was changing over some things. I was restructuring my business, sent some emails, doing some research, all sorts of things. I had lunch and then I had forced rest. So the forced rest is whenever I sit at my computer for too long without getting up, my hands go numb, my fingers go numb. Yes, I am under Dr. Treatment for that. But I know that this is something that can happen. And so I was like super pumped to get this stuff done. And I was thrown into forced rest. So between me sitting all this time the day before, moving over into the next day, I was on forced rest. My hand was in a brace and there was nothing else I could do. And then I just hopped onto a WGU fundraiser for school, and I went to bed a little early that night. But you guys notice the difference between me tracking my energy from week one, where there's not a whole lot of green, right? I didn't have the energy. I wasn't doing things with purpose and intentionality, to week two, where there is more intention here. And even, this is still this week, and I need to put in my colors over here, but you know, I had an MRI done. And so on the way home, I realized today needed to be a day of nothingness. And so all of this will be yellow where I'm rested. But now it is Tuesday. This is where we are today. And I'm green. Like I'm green. I've done a lot of things this morning, and it's been a really great day. And so when you do your energy audit, just understand not only is it going to show you what things you love to do, how much you can accomplish when you're doing things, but also you'll see when you're working just to be working as opposed to working with purpose.